nationwide. Switch now. Experience the difference. Visit smart.com.ph/MNP to learn more. Next, the EVOS ang maniniwala dito on the... We still have to think about the mandatories, Wolf. The Glues, the Valentinas, the Selinas. These are all very important heroes in the meta, no doubt.
Yep. I would say para sa NXP, baka i-prioritize nila yung mga tipong mapakito. Lancelot pa agad kasi this is one of the comfort picks ng Omega with Ryzen and successful sila with this hero. Para naman, when you're talking about mandatories, tingin ko super mandatory itong red side ban sa Valentina. Isang beses na natin nakitang nakalusot ang Valentina and it was a dominant performance. I believe it was Baloyski or Gray himself who played this.
Lumusot siya no, that one time, and then I think napanood na ng mga ibang teams na natira, never again. Next to EVOS, taking out jungler choices. Tatanggalin nila si Ryzen dito ng Lancelot at ng Pakito. You think next to EVOS, Wolf, ang gagawin nila dito is take out all the junglers tapos yung unang pick nila ay yung natitira? That's possible.
Yeah, definitely. So, it kind of makes me think, if ganun yung mangyayari, will NXP actually prioritize yung mga Ling, Hayabusa? Parang, baka ito na ba yung game na ganun yung mangyayaring dynamic? Potentially, kasi if you're looking at both H2 as well as Ryzen, parang ganun yung playstyle nila na eventually, babalik sila sa pagkuha ng mga big-ticket assassins nila.
And again, we mentioned already, there's the Selena. Pero posible rin, Wolf, na baka choke ng assassins, first pick glue, tapos set up for the Fanny. Again, ganun kagaling mag-draft ng mga teams natin ngayon. They didn't get to this stage for nothing. Ganun sila kagaling na, mechanically speaking, on the map, and even as coaches. No, I believe this is Pakbet and Billy versus Dogs and Zico.
Right. And Pakbet, Billy, Dogs, Zico, babalik ka sa mga pre-MPL tournaments. Yung mga names na yan, maririnig mo yan from before, di ba? Ganun nakatagal sa ML ang coaching staff ng parehas sa teams na to. And that's probably why yung support group nga ng parehas na teams ay nakakapagbigay talaga ng most optimal na performance for their team, for their squad, because of how much experience they've had all these years.
Yeah. Speaking of going back, Wolf, ito na, we're coming back to Matilda. She showed up less than I expected. As in, ang daming times na, open pa Matilda, pwede pang roamer, open pa. And then, they get something else. So, ano kayang thoughts behind this? Next play was, bakit sobrang importante na Matilda nila dito ngayon? First pick.
Maybe because of comfort na lang din. Ayaw na lang. May konting flexibility din kasi Matilda, although I would say mas prioritize siya doon sa may roam role. At sobrang delix ito. Honestly, Leo, I don't have the straight up answer for your question because I do share your sentiments. Parang hindi yata ganito kaganda na i-first pick kasi tignan mo yung counter agad. You have the Esmeralda. Esmeralda super duper loves going up against Matilda lineups kasi daming shields niya makukuha agad. Dami niya agad barrier na nakuha, and obviously Esmeralda thrives in that. So, very tricky na Matilda first pick from next play. Find out kung anong idadagdag pa nila dito. I'm thinking Clint, along the lines of Clint, para makakuha na sila nung pinakamalakas na gold lane ngayon. But instead, it's going to be different. Wow.
Okay, so ang linaw ng sinasabi dito ng next play EVOS, alright? We don't have news yet, ladies and gentlemen, kung confirm na nga na okay na nga sa H2, he's playing for sure, and if this Aulus is gonna be him. Pero ang hirap mag-imagine ng Aulus elsewhere. Parang in this meta game, ang lakas-lakas ni Aulus, lalo na from the jungle, nakita natin yan kahapon, kagabi, ginamit ng Omega. Pero with this Ruby, Wolf, are we seeing a telegraph toss for support role Matilda na baka laruin ni Apple Pincha or in this case Yelly Hayes Bataanon?
Yeah, that's why you even pick the Matilda. Yun na lang siguro yung parang upside ng Matilda first pick kasi pwede pa siyang i-flex. So, with Ruby in there as well, hindi natin alam exactly kung ano ang magiging plano ng next play EVOS if they will be putting up yung mga heroes na yan. If they were gonna like field position 4 or 5 na Matilda or like 5 Ruby or XP lane Ruby, hindi natin alam. That's why they first pick it. And that's the element of surprise. Ngayon, itong Olus yung nagulat ako, not because of the hero himself, but the fact na pinili agad siya in the first phase. It kinda already reveals sa kanilang jungler. So, ang Smart Omega, they can adjust accordingly. Hindi ako magulat kung mga heroes like Bane or Barats ang i-prioritize dito ng Omega as it is decent versus this Olus.
Yeah. And next play EVOS, ang sagot nila dito, especially going into the second phase of the bans, parang corner talaga nila into the Bane tong Omega. Because Omega, they're taking out the Eve and the Farsa. Kung sinasabi nila, hindi, dapat i-post for Matilda nyo yan. Bataan nun yan, kung hindi, mahirapan kayo. Next to EVOS, take out the Houston Shin. Kung isa pang jungler to, confirmed. Kung isa pang jungler to, talaga sinasabi nilang mag-blink kayo.
Yeah. Para naman sa Omega with this itong Ifar sa ban, imagine mo na nerf na itong heroes na to, but I think they're also respecting yung natural counter sa composition nila, which is burst mages. We know for sure na Lancelot, the Popol and Koopa is a squishy hero na nagsasuffer mula din sa mga ganitong classic heroes, no? So even in their even when pwede silang na-nerf na itong heroes na to, they still ban it out. Interestingly, naiwan yung Lilia. So actually, NXP can still pick that up.
Yes.
Na mid lane ang position 4.
I was gonna say, okay lang ba yung, hindi na, alam ko hindi okay. Alam ko sobrang maganda rin naman ng Lilia Matilda. So, next for EVOS, baka na-ilusot ngayon. And for Omega, wala nang room. Diba? Hindi mo na pwede piliin yung Lilia. So, ang kailangan nila gawin dito is either yung jungler na nga or yung hero ni Shaknu. Shak Mamba, nakagabi ay nag-SS. Weird pa rin. Like, sinasabi ko yun, like out loud, si Mangilog nag-SS, but it worked. Nagawa nila. Let's see. First pick in the second phase for Omega.
Yung Kufra available pa, but said okay. Popol Rafa ang combo ng Smart Omega. Immediately, malalaman natin ang gusto nilang gawin dito, which is to push and increase the tempo. So, hindi pa rin tayo nalalayo dun sa mga tipong mga Bane na last pick dito para sa Smart Omega as their jungler. Para naman sa NXP EVOS, since walang Farsa, walang Eve, you need a hero na merong burst potential from long distance. Siguro ang closest dito is the Lilia na medyo mid-range pa yung distansya ng kanyang damage output. Some crazy theories, pwede tayo makakita ng mga tipong Changa o kaya Lunox perhaps, but I think yung pinakamagandang pick dito para sa NXP is Lilia. They can combo with this Olus. Oh, it's different.
Sabay pa tayong I don't know what that sound is called, pero they get neither. Wolf, wala silang pake. Next to EVOS, Zico and Dog, they're on a whole other level. They pick up the jawhead of the Trigon Rome. That means, wait lang, hindi eh. Merong gold lane dito. Merong kakaibang gold laner dito.
I think it will be Sicilian gold lane. We've seen it before.
So, para
maganda siya laban sa Popol and Koopa, in a way. But,
burst him down, yes.
Yeah. Tricky. We'll see. Bane, I think still is good para mag-all-in sila. Or maybe, maghanap na sila ng isang ranged jungler ngayon. But I think ang best option para sa Omega is tipong Bane or Barats. Barats, mukhang maganda dito sa game na to.
Ang problema lang with Barats is ang dami ng chances na ma-fight. And kung hindi maganda yung ramp-up nila ito the mid-game, mahirapan. So again, they go to what Ryzen is comfortable with. They pick up the lane. So talagang may swerve ang parehong team dito. Siyempre, who are we to say what Pakmet or what Zico should be doing? So again, the genius of one Mr. Dizon and one Mr. Abalos.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken. Yan.
Yes.
Si Kuya Jomi. I'm so excited, Wolf. May mga curveball na binato dito. Ang Omega at next week, what do you think is gonna happen? Who's got the early game? And eventually, what if we scale? Who's got the late?
Definitely late game sa side ng NXP, yung Sicilian in the gold lane. We've seen this before. Maganda naman yung matchup niya versus Popol and Koopa. Ang tricky nga lang is what if magkaroon ng +1 itong si Popol and Koopa sa lane. Paano pag naging mo yung Rafaela? It will definitely change the dynamic. Ang masasabi ko sa in a way, maganda pa rin yung late game ng Omega, pero baka kasi mahirapan sila. Although Ling makes sense against Sicilian, may lockdown na expect natin mula sa Ruby. Ruby sa ngayon, sa meta game natin ngayon, as of previous tournaments that we see, as of previous days na nakita natin dito, naka-counter ng Ruby ang Ling. Hindi dahil hard counter siya, but more like isa siyang way para mailang palagi itong Ling. At nakita natin yan sa Onyx Philippines, nakita natin yan kahapon with another series that we saw Ruby go up against the Ling, and it's good. And it kind of makes me scared. Bakit yung Ling yung kanilang last pick? But we'll see. Popol and Rafa might be the one to alleviate the pressure in the early stages of the game.
Omega knows exactly what they're doing. Tingnan natin kung ano nga ba magiging layout at kung sino-sino naglalaro ng mga heroes na ito sa game number 1. Let's go into the battle. This is Omega versus NXP EVOS. So, yeah, it's indeed si Hayes, si Bataano na naka-Matilda, tapos gold lane, Sicilian nga ult. So, okay, medyo normal na ang mundo. Nagets na natin, naintindihan natin.
Yep. So, donut on this Sicilian, wag kayo masyadong ma-surprise. This will not be the first time. This wasn't the first time na makita tayo na gold lane na Sicilian. In fact, nung season 7 pa lang ng MPL sa Indonesia ay ginagawa na to ng mga players. For now, it will be seen in the hands of the donut.
Oo,
Omega,
Cadenza.
Okay.
Konti na lang. Nakapag-shield pa with the ejector proc. Could have been first blood.
Yeah. So, ang tricky for next play is napilitan silang gamitin itong Ruby doon sa may XP lane kung saan masaya pa rin dito si Renzio. And overall sa game, there's a lot of shielding from NXP EVOS, courtesy of the Joint and the Matilda. But H2 already na
Pinag-initan. Again, early on, walang masyadong mobility itong Aulus na ganito. And ang layo ng support niya. So, so far off-cam kill onto Oreshi.
Yep. Yun lang yung doon lang napasama yung NXP EVOS. Maganda yung Ruby versus many members of Omega, but in the laning stage, magsasuffer talaga sa isang Esmeralda. Specifically because of avarice, tapos malakas talaga mag-lane ng Esmeralda versus melee. Wala mang malakas na barrier itong Ruby. Same time, hindi niya kayang i-follow itong ating Esmeralda kasi lamang nga siya. In fact, Reggie is level 5, hindi pa nag-support dito si Oreshi.
And you can also see it in the gold, but wait lang! Outplay taken down, mabawi dito, Tempest of Blaze underneath the turret. Si Donut naman ang mawawala, 1 for 1 so far. Pero yung Turtle nasimulan na dito. Who has the advantage? Down goes the Turtle. Aulus makakuha, H2 with the shield. At mga double kill si Uresh. Renzio sinasayaw-sayawan dito. Ang daming shields between Cadenza and H2. Pero mukhang kulang pa. Babalikan niya lang sa lane. Wolf, medyo nakahabol ang next play EVOS doon. They're at parity now. Maybe just 100 gold between 3 minutes in.
Oreshi, sobrang gandang comeback. Recovery nun when it comes to the overall farm nitong si Oreshi dahil nakakuha siya ng double kill. Tapos, kills sa early stages para sa isang hero na naka-Festival of Blood. Definitely one thing na gustong-gusto niyan. Now with dalawa na agad yung napastack niya doon. Makes it so na pwede na siyang umikot. Magsaswap din sila. Ibibigay kay H2 itong top lane at mapupunta sa mid lane si Oreshi. I wonder what that decision was.
Temporary rotation lang. I think next play EVOS also nagtataka na sila. Kasi kumpara naman sa Omega, mas maganda yung rotational speed nila na bigay ng Rafaela. Because of the holy healing, right? Like you have more movement speed. So ngayon nagre-repair sila. Yan, bumabalik na. Normal na ulit.
But this also opens up Ryzen. Kumukuha ng purple steel. Inuna niya. Kunin yung kay H2 instead of securing his own. Going for the retribution. Iniwan pa yung maliit for added salt to the wound. At nakakuha pa siya ng DHS on top.
Ang extra na lang yan, no? Pero wait lang. That's going to be an I'm offended on Renzio. Never niya pa nagamit yung pure, yung flicker. So he's okay. Tatlo papadala ng next play EVOS dito. Try to finish the job. Pero may setup lang sila, 20 seconds until the second turn to. So maganda ang posisyon. Ang next play EVOS dito, Renzio. Aminis ang dulo ng Undying Fury Ejector! 1-2, Oreshi, nakakatatlo na. Dito ang Ruby natin. Praknu, kaminin. Aizen as well, may purple buff pa. Oh, that's gonna be the baptist, the missing. It is a Blaze Force out. Ito Max, less than half health. Ang hirap ng engagement ng Omega Esports dito. Very good for next play though.
Okay. So, gusto ko yung ginawa doon ni Cadenza. Instead na straight up mag-flicker siya tapos unstoppable force, pumunta muna siya doon sa kanang bush, doon sa Kramer's bush, at making sure na walang kahit anong support doon si Regio. Then eventually pops yung unstoppable force under the turret. Kaya naman nakakuha sila ng isang malinis na takedown doon kay Renzo. No exchange whatsoever. However, ang Omega Esports naman ay dinadaan ito sa mapa. Ryzen, making it so na lumalaki yung distansya niya when it comes to the farm compared to H2 by taking out yung jungle creeps ng blue side.
Yep, already, no? Meron na nga siya lamang na isang purple, nakalibre siya ng purple kay H2. So, bibilangin natin yan. Kung later on, we'll also see yung gold gap at yung XP gap nila. But so far, almost 6 minutes in, more than a minute until the next turtle. Slowly nakikita natin na sa mapa nga bumabawi Omega Esports. Lamang sila ng mga 300, 400 gold lang dito. And so far, what's the gold lane matchup like? Medyo okay lang na nakakaisa pa lang each na death si Donut at outplayed.
Well, to answer your question, anytime above ground, parang kayo sa isang Sicilian ay masaya. Masaya siya. Dahil makapag-farm, makapag-stack siya. At this point, one death, not too bad para sa Sicilian.
Yep. And again, the rotational speed of Omega Esports. Free kill for Ryzen in mid, Batanon. Hold down. Ejector by Cadenza. Caught by the Undying Fury. Babagsak naman dito. Siman Pangilog. And there's a pull. I'm offended. Pinch Boys palayo. Damage control for Omega Esports. Napakamahal ng mga engagement sila dito. Parating may trade ang next play.
And Omega Esports will be able to secure the turret. Gusto ko yung play ni Cadenza na yan, going for the TikTok plays kung saan gagamitin niya agad yung injector, tapos tsaka siya mag-flicker, catching off guard yung si Chakto na Rafaela. They get more! Wow! Cadenza 1-0-4 for this Johead.
Lethal, Johead. Ang lamang na next play EVOS, I mean, kapag may gusto silang target, confirmed yun di ba? Just like this, underneath. Oh! Walang backup. Ryzen gets another one. Naligtas Oreshi ng bahagya. Cyclone Eye, nag-trigger. Naligtas nila yung Torre pero hindi naligtas si H2. And bottom lane, I think doon nakakabawi. Donut, nakalamang na isang Torre. And that opens up this third turtle for next play EVOS.
So the main problem para sa isang Olus going for the jungler role is wala siyang flicker. That means na kapag mag-isa siya, dali niya talaga i-dive in. Look at Omega Esports going in for the kill kay H2. At this point, si H2 hindi siya pwedeng basta-basta magpakita sa mapa without the help of his teammates kasi ang dali niyang patayin. Lalong-lalo na kung solo tapos nagpapakita siya sa minimap ng Omega Esports. Knowing that may link, pwede siyang i-go talaga wherever he goes. So he has to be careful showing himself in the minimap.
Oh! Kamunti ka na mahuli pero dito sa may hilaga, on-cam pa yun, on-cam. Si Outplayed ay na 2v1 ni Hayes at ni Cadenza. Oh no, si Oreshi pala yan. I'm sorry, that's the XP laner on the Ruby. That's a free kill and eventually nakahabol na nga si H2. Hindi nila naantay. Naging Lord na in 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's see nasaan si Ryzen. Can he clutch it with the retribution? Renzio, ang ganda na position dito. Charging of the Falling Star Moon. Jumping on to Donut. Ejector on to Ryzen. Forcing out the Tempest of Blaze. Mapapatay na doon si Cadenza. Healing up with the killing spree. Si Oreshi na yata ang susunod. Healing with the lifesteal, the spell bomb. Eto Max, mababurst down dito ni Hayes. Nabitin ang mga Wisps. And it's gonna be a turnaround. Ryzen takes down the Matilda. 2-0 so far. And Omega Esports, time to recover. Hanap sila ng take sa mapa, mid and bottom.
My goodness, napakaganda lang ng pwesto ng NXP EVOS. With the pwesto nila, they also utilize si Cadenza for extra vision at natalo na agad si Ryzen. Unfortunately, hindi enough yung burst nila. Tabuhay pa nga doon yung Ling. Yung Ling was very low at that point. Kaso yun nga, na-ultian sila ng Kagura. Eto Max with the Yin Yang overturn, punishing both Oreshi as well as Cadenza. Kaya naman nabuhay din si Ryzen kasi nakapag-killing spree pa siya. At to top it all off, eto Max, proving na pwedeng-pwede ang flicker sa isang Kagura. Ginamit yun para makalayo. A very defensive usage of the battle spell, but it paid off in the end. Ang pinaka-icing pa dyan, sa kick ng Omega Esports ay hindi nila naibigay yung Lord. Ooh, nice flicker.
Yep. Kanina pa ganito maglaro si Outplay. Very risky, but it's worth it. Nakakaisa sila kay Cadenza. At buhay pa nga yung kupa niya. This is going to be a slow roll for Omega Esports na makakuha ng dominant positioning. So far, Omega Esports, naghahanap sila ng actual ng spike ulit. Ba't ganun, Wolf? Normal ba yun? Is that a pattern? Kasi kahapon ganito yung mga draft nila na parang may mid-game or late-game spike.
I guess so. Once makita natin, okay, baka one-off lang. Twice, they intended it. But after seeing it 3 times, tapos same na same diskarte and it gets better each time, maybe you can say, yeah, this is definitely a pattern. At baka bumabalik ang Omega Esports sa roots nila kung saan they're the kings of the late game, right? And now, against NXP EVOS, even better to prove their point na, okay, hindi one-off yung nangyari, hindi champa yung mga comebacks kahapon. This is actually part of the identity already of Omega Esports.
Omega Esports, again, they change every time from the old ways of execution until now na may bago silang jungler at kahit si Outplayed ay may sarili siyang style. Tingnan natin kung paano mag-a-adjust ang next play EVOS. Oreshi tries to catch one. That's the Sanguine Claws. Na delikado rin naman. Walang purify kasi sa Omega Esports, no? So they only have that cleanse on. Eto, Calling Star Moon dito ni Renzo. Sasalay niya sa mukha. Ang I'm offended, pati ang Dying Fury. But it's enough of a distraction para makasecure ng Lord doon. Down goes Cadenza. Members of Blades used to disengage. Omega Esports, libreng patay, libreng Lord. They're feeling great in this 11-minute 30-second game.
Oh, wow. Renzo, super duper commendable na pag zone out. So, members ng NXP EVOS. Talaga pag 1v1 sa 5, it's still coming out alive. Ginamit yung wall na yon doon sa may rock or sa area ng rock or sa flickering so that he will not be reached by the members of NXP EVOS. Ang naging epekto nun nakapag-free lord ng Omega.
Yep. Tingnan natin kung mauulit na ba yun. Circling Eagle and all the skills of all 4 members na nandito sa may bottom lane. Sobrang naman yata. Masyado na malakas. Si Renzi o masasurvive niya pa yon. Next play was nakabawi. Free kill. Pero back to damage control sila. Back to managing the waves kasi may Lord sa taas.
Yeah. At this point, hindi na ganun kahirap makapag-depensa. Lalong na wala si Regio. So no split push or no straight up hard push for Omega Esports gonna happen after the first Lord. Unless si Outplayed tinangke ang Torre gamit si Kupa at nakakuha pa ng Torre dun sa may bottom lane.
Weapon Master, Popolin Kupa. So good. Sobrang saya ako, Wolf. Sabihin ko na sobrang saya ako na talagang marksman na nga si Popolin Kupa. Dati tank, pero ngayon, minsan pa post-por pero ngayon sobrang saya ako nasa gold lane siya. Flicker in by Cadenza, canceled the engagement with the guiding winds. Ryzen, mananakaw niya ba? Oh! He does!
Wow!
Hindi lang pala si H2 ang may lahi, pero wait lang, I'm offended by Oreshi here. If you know, you know. That's gonna be the disengage right there.
Alam mo yung maganda dito, nabigyan pa nila ng free purple buff dito sa Etomax. So that means yung mage ng Omega Esports ay magkaroon additional na control of his own mana pool. And interestingly, si H2 hindi naman niya sobrang kailangan ng purple buff, but Omega Esports will be really happy with that and Chapto evading that.
Yep. So far, lumalaki na yung gold gap, Omega Esports. Ito na, nakita na natin na nakakuha sila ng grip, nakakuha sila ng magandang posisyon. And this is their mid-game spike. Again, looking at their lineup, medyo expensive yung heroes nila. You have the Ling, you have the Esmeralda, then you have the Popolin Kupa. Pero nagawa nila paraan. Ahead by 3 turrets, ahead by a Lord, and now an engagement here in mid. It's Etomax and Ryzen. Hindi na mabubuhay si Kapitan Kaidit, but here comes Rentio to the rescue. Pinipigilan lang ang malupit na push na next play EVOS. All 5 men here. First down, si H2. Nag-aarap ng bawi dito ang next play EVOS, pero masyadong maraming units, masyadong maraming nangyayari dito sa mid at hindi pa ready yung stacks ni Donut. Luminous Lord up already, 14 minutes. Oh! Another pull in and a takedown! Jack Mamba! Nahirapan na bigla, hindi mo pala tapos ang next play EVOS.
Ang malupit doon nakuhaan na patayan na matay yung kanilang jungler with a very nice pick-off mula sa Omega Esports sa back rack lines. At nakita natin si update doon. Dapat ang advantage na sa Omega na dahil wala silang entry in this third fight, but I think they have equalized. But Omega Esports papabilisin.
Oh, habang round 2 si Renz, yung ginagawa na naman niya muli. Mr. Cadwa will see you now. Nakipag 1v1 sa tatlo lang naman, Wolf. Tatlo lang naman siya this time. Pero Luminous Lord ang nabigay sa Omega Esports noon.
So, ang ganda nung ginawa ng Omega Esports ng pick-off doon kay H2. It took long enough para mapaback na konti yung NXP EVOS. Eventually, mapapatay na si Chakno. But, ang ginawa nila is, ginawa na agad nila yung Lord before the H2 response. However,
the burst is real still from the lineup that NXP EVOS is fielding. Basta makaagad ka, basta mahuli ka na ejector. Pagbilang ka na, Chakno taken down here and underneath the turret. Might have been engagement that's good for Omega Esports dahil kahit sila, hindi nila alam kung kaya nila tong 5-man lineup ng next EVOS. Wolf, ginagawa niya na naman, tinatangin niya naman, pero kulang pa. Delikado, mawawala yung kupa dito. Ni outplayed, they have to take their time. Antayin natin, Chak Mamba.
Nakakatakot na talaga yung depensa ng NXP EVOS. They have Sicilian. Alam naman natin, sobrang bilis mag-clear ng lanes niya. Even heroes na tumatambay around the lanes, kailangan mag-ingat kasi pag tinaman sila ng Sanguine Claws at the combo ng Sicilian, they can easily be taken out. So they have to still be mindful of that. That's the reason kung ba't hindi pa rin makapush ang Omega Esports despite them getting the Lord. Kasi nga naman, maganda ang depensa, ang wave clear ng NXP EVOS. At this point, pwede rin mag-commit si H2 ng kanyang ultimate just to manage the lanes.
Oh! There's a pull onto the Mamba. Pero si Chakno lang yun. Lotus, Ryzen. Kumakat in. Oh! Hindi niya nalagpas si Kapitan. Siya pa nga muntikan na. Pero kung mangyayari na nga yun, that's 2 free kills. Next play, EVOS. Pero nakapag-push ang Omega. Was that worth it?
Definitely not! Omega Esports, Max really went in for the play doon kay H2 kaso napunish siya, napatay pa siya at nadamay pa itong ating Ling. So the thing is, ang isang Olus, even when fighter siya, di ba? Pero tricky siya na jungler kasi late game talaga siya. Kapag nakuha na niya yung kanyang maximum ultimate around level 14, level 15, ang layo na kasi nung range ng attack niya. So technically mid-range na siya at sobrang lakas na rin damage as you are seeing top lane. So, nag-scale na nga talaga itong ating Olus and Entomax as well as Ryzen playing it so well in the first 15 minutes of the game. Kaso medyo napasama sila doon against H2.
Oh, ngayon mo si Ryzen ang nanakawan ng purple buff. At alam mo natin, ang Ling kailangan niya talaga ng purple buff. So, mukhang next EVOS, nagbabadya na sila. Tapos na masasamang araw, Ryzen. He has to learn quickly from that mistake that pushed him down into the bottom lane. Na, again, now thinking about it in hindsight, ang sakit nga nun. Luging-lugi ka dun kahit na nakapush kayo off-cam. Lord up already again. So, 18-minute Lord na ito, Wolf. 18 minutes Lord.
Exactly.
It's a milestone Lord. So, ito yung sinasabi mong almost game ending pag may nakakuha.
Exactly. At binigyan nila yung purple buff kay Donut. That's the right thing to do at this point. Hindi kailangan ng H2 ng purple buff na yan. Parehas. Yung stolen purple buff at yung own purple buff ng NXP, bibigyan lang kay Donut just to make sure. Especially because it's the Lord fight. But still play.
This is a concealed play coming in. There's the Turtling Eagle. Hindi siya makakonfirm ng kill. Instead, mababawian dito si Cadenza. Papa, hindi immortality. Renzo, ginawa naman ang 1v4 special. And there you go, finally the Jawhead goes. Magandang posisyon dito ng Omega Esports. Simulan nila ang dami nilang damage, sustained damage, DPS. Tingnan natin kung makaposisyon, Oreshi. Meron siya isang malupit na I'm offended. Donut humahanap dito with the tackle siya ni Etomax at ni Ryzen. Tuloy pa rin ang laban para dito sa Lord. 1/3 of its health left. And si Renzo, Mr. Cadwa, sinasawsawan pa rin ang tatlo. Ang Dying Fury, top na yung Esmeralda. And so far, Ace, bataan on Freshi, mabawa ng buhay. H2, 1 HP na lang. Ako na, All-Star Moon, Renzo gets another. And it's the wipeout. Next play, EVOS. Madenta nakapag-respawn pa. Pero kaya niyo ba natin kung apat na ito. Andyan pa si Outplayed na naka-Weapon Master. And an enhanced wave coming down alongside Luminous World. Wolf, malapit na. 19 minutes, 30 seconds. Cadenza na lang natitira. Tempest of Blaze for the space out. Yung natitirang defender. Ladies and gentlemen, Omega Esports takes game number 1.
Okay, this is really all the fact na naka-recover doon si Etomax. Mula doon sa sinasabi nating over-aggressiveness nila doon sa may bottom lane, nakabawi with, in fact, bawing-bawi yung proper term dito as he positioned himself well to really get the kill on the Sicilian. Umikot doon si